and John's Patreon buffet.
All right, Yuki, we're going to do the shortest episode we've ever done. Money, I'm broke, the end. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Yes, we're here. So, topic, money.
Oh, God help me, Yuki. It's, all right, so money, man, it's complicated because I love it and I hate it, and I don't have it and I do have it. It's like, I get it and I spend it, and then I want to buy things that I don't need, and I need things that I don't buy, and it's just, money is crazy. What do you think about money?
Is it sometimes it's funny, like some people are rich, but they don't have cash. It's like they have an asset. I don't know, they have a house, land, but they don't have cash. So it's like what's called cash poor and asset rich.
Yes, you have real estate or something like that, and that's the, but you don't have money, like money in the bank. Okay, Yuki, here's the thing I don't understand about the Beatles, right? They say money can't buy you love, but it can buy you a lot of other shit. Like, money can't buy you love, but it can buy you fuck and suck and lick and stick and, you know, sexual encounters. It could that makes you happy, I think.
Another was money can buy sex.
Yeah, it can buy sex. I mean, so if you, okay, like, if you have money, Yuki, you enter a higher caliber of all things possible. You enter a higher caliber of material things, possessions. You probably could get into places easier. Like, money does open up doors, so in a way, it might make you happier.
Yeah, but money can buy things, object, but money can buy not object. In other words, money can buy everything, but money can buy love, or money can buy loyalty.
Sometimes it can buy love, because you wouldn't get loved by certain people if you didn't have enough money.
Wait,
like, you think if Donald Trump was a bum living on, under a bridge somewhere, that he'd be married to Melania? Hell no.
No. Well, that's why money can buy that. Well,
see?
No, money can buy woman. I mean, that's, unless it's really love, you can buy love. You can buy trust.
You can't buy trust. You can't buy love. Okay, I get what you're saying. And you know what? I kind of agree. I'm just playing devil's advocate over here, because I agree that money, yes, it's good to make you comfortable. But if you're not right on the inside and you're not good with yourself, love yourself and those around you, money will amplify your negativity and your negative things, because you'll just be buying things to try and fill the void that's inside of you. So you're right. It can't buy trust. It can't buy love. It can't buy happiness. It can't buy those things, because those things come from within.
Because you're rich, you have money, but you're not happy, right? That can happen.
But I think that it can make you happier in certain ways, though. See, happiness is different than love and trust and all that stuff. Happiness, like, I would be, say, let's just play a game. If I somehow came into, say, $5 million, right, and I was able to, say, buy a house and do this, then I would be happier than my current situation, or it would make me happier to have something where I'm secure, or be able to do things like go on trips and stuff like that, and experience the world more than not being able to do those things. Those things could lead to happiness.
Oh, what if this happened? I'm not saying your family, but let's say, I think you're good. You know, your family together. You know, your brother. You know, your girlfriend, the parents. I think that's a very happy condition, right?
Sure.
You got the 5 million, and then suddenly your parents want your 2 million, your brother wants your 1 million, your girlfriend. What is, things get different situation, then everybody wants your money, and then what if things go wrong with greed?
Yes. Okay. Good point. You got to bring up greed because I definitely think that if, say, again, let's just play a game. Say that I somehow came into like $40 million, just like magically somehow I got 40 million, whether it's like the stocks, a lotto, whatever it might be. I know there would be people coming out of the woodworks trying to suck off the teat and get that money out of me, or say like, oh, I did XYZ for you, can you help me start a business or make this or that? People would absolutely. So I think that the Puff Daddy song, "Mo Money, Mo Problems," is true. That's the truth. You will encounter more problems if you have more money, because people will be trying to not only rob you but take from you and suck off of you.
Yeah, I have a friend. Their family isn't not like a billionaire, but they have a couple million, good size. I mean, million dollars is good. Their family is falling apart because of the money. Who takes what? Who takes how much? So their brothers and sisters are not talking. Brothers and sisters, they haven't talked to parents 20 years. Like the family is for the friend of mine, one of them, she told me, like, Yuki, we're not the billionaire, we're just a couple of million, then our family is not together. What's the point? That, she said, we rather being poor than family is together is better than, couple of million, then all family hate each other, not talking to each other. We're not family. See, so sometimes few million, it's not worth it.
Yeah, but that, it's like weird because who do these people think they are that they are owed something? So if I make money, I personally would try to help the people who I love the most only because I love them. But if somebody came to me and is like, I deserve money that you earned because of XYZ, I'd be like, go fuck yourself. I who the fuck do you think you are trying to extort me from money because of something that you did that was supposed to be like a good, nice thing or whatever. Like, I'll help you if I want to, but don't force me.
Right.
Yuki, if I make $40 million, you're getting at least $13 from me. No, I'm just, I would give you $1 million if I had 40 million.
No, I'm thinking same thing. Yeah, if I have 40 million, I think I give a couple million to my friends because, first of all, you can't spend all 40 million by yourself. And then you can't take money with you when you die.
Yeah. And also, if you have something crazy like 40 million, we keep saying 40, you can take that money, even half of it, and just invest it and then live the rest of your life comfortably because it's just going to make money for you if you invest it correctly. It'll just keep the interest every year. So and then the other 20 million you just play with and pass around, go on trips, buy houses and cars, give it to people, and be generous with it, because $40 million is a lot of money.
Money, yeah.
I mean, I would even say, like, right now, if I was given $5 million, I'd retire.
I know. But let's say if I have 40 million, I mean, even a couple million, like us keeping in my bank, doesn't do anything, So
Well, you can, because if, say, you get a couple million, right, and you put it in a high yield savings account that's higher, like say you could get probably something for like 4%. That's still a decent amount of money. You're making that at 4% every year, and you have the 2 million plus whatever money you're getting on top of that is like awesome. So you could just pay your property tax and your bills with that interest.
Yeah, so keep it 2 million in my saving account, 38 million. Maybe I buy a condominium in Manhattan, and then maybe make a movie, $2-3 million, like a low budget movie.
That's a great idea. Would you direct it or you just produce it?
I produce it and then I design it. Then let's see. If I have that kind of money, I like to do good film noir.
Hell yeah, dude. That's fucking sounds awesome. You do a proper film noir shot on film, black and white with all.
Not even neo noir. I'm gonna go straight directly pure film noir movie or look like 1930, 40, 50 black and white detective movie with a bad girl.
Yeah, the femme fatale and all that stuff. And it would be the first movie ever where the production design budget would be bigger than the fucking above the line cast and crew.
Yes.
The production budget would be like $5 million, and then the rest would just be $1 million. The production design budget.
And then another couple million, I'm gonna produce a quiet play.
There you go. Oh shit! There you go. Now you're talking. You go fucking Quiet and Tour, World Tour live.
Then I'm gonna do cruise ship worldwide trip.
You would want to do a cruise. So see, okay, this is something we should talk about too. Cruise ships. I've never been on a cruise ship, but sometimes it seems like a nightmare where you're trapped on a boat with strangers. What if they suck?
I know, but on the other hand, what if you meet somebody in the ship? It's a gamble, but at least, port to port, every stop you have a couple of days, and then you do sightseeing, and then every city.
Well, if you have enough millions, you could just rent your own yacht with friends. You could have your friends fly, and then you go from port to port.
But isn't that too small, just But the cruise ship, at least you have a movie theater, restaurant, theater. I mean, do more things. But 20 feet yacht with friends, you might get bored. No.
No, you're right. I get it. You go. You know what? It would be awesome. Is it was like Yuki's, the Yuki cruise, and you get like Motley Crue to perform. And you get, you pack out your own form of whatever. You book the theater with a bunch of quiet screenings, and
so that's my. And then I wanna go, go trip, Greek, Spain, Italy, those maybe Croatia.
I would travel. 100%. I would definitely go to Greece and see the dawn of philosophy and all the Acropolis and all those buildings. I would definitely go to Italy. I would go to Japan. I would come to Japan.
Yeah. Japan. Oh, by the way, what happened that the dildo company in Japan, is there business going with them, or?
I think that they have business there. I don't know what the project is, but I know that they were going to Japan to buy or figure out some sort of a business.
You need to go to Japan sometime.
I need to go to Japan. I'm very excited because now that Liz Shack are like sort of back to normal and starting to save again. One of my main goals is for the two of us to save up enough to go to Japan when you're there. I really, really, really want to go see Mount Fuji.
And then, food is good too.
Oh, the food. I want to see all the sites. I want to see anything that you think is really special. I want you to take me around Tokyo. I want to do like a proper trip. How far is the mountain from Tokyo?
It's about 2-3 hours by train.
Awesome. So it would be like a day trip, or you go there, stay one night, and come back. I just want to be able to behold the majesty of the mountain.
Can be day trip. If you see it.
No, not climb. I just want to go close enough to where it's like, you see it.
Well, then day trip is enough. We go a couple hours, and there's the place lake. There's the lake. And then behind the lake, there's Mount Fuji. So that kind of view, you can get there by 2 hours by train. And then you just spend the whole day there, eat, and then you can come back.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That would be amazing. And then we go to a shrine. We see, we do a lot of fun stuff. But with money, Yuki, what, you've had money and you haven't had money. Same with me. I've had money. I haven't had money. What would it be like What do you think you would be like if you did the opposite, where it was like you were more rich than regular? Because I feel like the two of us are like regular guys, right? We're sort of middle class, working middle class. We have enough to support ourselves and do what we got to do, but we're not rich, right? We're not in that upper echelon. What would you think you would be a different person if you had started out rich?
I I don't know how I mean I'm always, I was just a regular guy, not enough when I graduated from school, started working, and gee, I wish I had more money. And then it's so funny when you're making 1,000 a month, you think, gee, I wish I have 2,000. And then you're making 2,000 a month, and not enough. Gee, I wish I have 3,000 a month. So when you're making 3,000 a month, gee, I wish I have 4,000. See, then I start running. Wait a minute. You said you need 1,000 more, and then you think 1,000 extra. But when you reach that point, you still need 1,000 more. So it's not really about the 1,000 more. It's all here.
Right.
It's never enough, because if you're making this much, you always want more. So there's no goal. Like then I realized, like, wait a minute. Now I'm making more 1,000 than when I was making 1,000, but I thought I needed 1,000 more when I was making only 1,000. But now I'm making more than 1,000 a month. Why do I need 1,000 more? See, the calculation wasn't really real calculation. It's some kind of fantasy calculation, and then you always need more. So one point I said, how much do I need to be satisfied? So that's how I started. Okay, so it's not about how much. It's about how you make money, to spend the money, and then, making yourself happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I have 100,000, probably I wasn't happy then still. Because if I made 100,000, I'm sure I wanted to 1 million probably, right?
Right. There's probably a certain number you'd reach where you could stop thinking about I need more. So say that you're making a certain amount a month and it's paying all the bills, you're saving money, and it's actually growing, right? Then you go, oh, well, I'm good. Because the problem is, I think, is that each time that you maybe say I need another 1,000, you haven't thought forward into the future of what that 1,000 would go towards, because always the money gets sucked into some other pocket of some other fucking thing. But I think that there's probably, like, say 10,000 a month. What could you possibly do with 10,000 a month? I mean, and I'm not saying like, if you're extravagant, yes, you could spend 10,000, but 10,000 a month, I think you could live really comfortably on.
Yeah, really comfortable.
Yeah.
So if you need 10,000 a month, why you need 1 million a month? Right? I mean,
for a higher level of stuff, some people like to have ski houses, some people like to have summer homes, some people like to have an apartment, maybe a business address, or there's all reasons to keep growing. But I often think about what my comfort number would be without having to strive for something else, and I think it's probably like that, like 10,000 a month. But I don't know. I really don't know if that's comfort.
yeah, me neither, because never make that, 10,000 a month.
Isn't that a fucking shame, Yuki? You deserve 100,000 a month. You deserve all. Yeah, you do. You deserve $1.2 million a year.
Well, thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Shit, man. If I make my $40 million, I'll put you on the payroll.
Thank you, John. Yeah. Hope we make good money from what do we do soon? Yeah.
Something. So what do you okay, so you said that some goals that you had with money, but what were some of the foolish mistakes you think you made with money if you want to talk about that? Because I know a few things that I did that was stupid, like, just buying things I didn't need or things, that just didn't work out. What do you think?
Okay. I bought a house when I was with the Universal. That was a big mistake. I didn't lose money, but there was so much hassle. I mean, instead of buying the house, I could save money, but I didn't. So that was the stupid things to do.
So that was like the first thing you did with your money was go buy a house.
That was because I was thinking, I I was making enough money. Then no, gee, this is a nice house. I like it because that was what kind of like a gee. Before I went to this country, I said I'm gonna buy a house in Hollywood. I just wanted to do it. That was my goal. So I had the chance. I was working in the Universal. That I was. Well, at least, well, it wasn't the movie division, but the theme park division. I was a hired producer making good money. Gee, hey, I'm the studio producer. That was a nice house in the Los Feliz, so I bought it. At least, I made it. I achieved my goal, but that was totally stupid things to do.
Now, why was it stupid? Was it just too much maintenance? Did it cost too much for taxes?
Too much maintenance, and then maintain the house, isn't it? Because if you renting a house or apartment, things go broke. You call the management. Hey, your apartment is broke. Come and fix it. They do it. But you own the house. Things go broke. You take care of yourself. So much work, and then never ends. Keeping a house ongoing. Something always go wrong. Pipe broke, toilet broke, bathroom broke, roof leaking, blah, 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 blah. Like they're constantly you spending money. I said, this is too much. I thought keeping a house is. So I didn't lose money. That was probably break even because I took cash out twice. And then, so I didn't lose money, but other stupid thing is when you making good money, then bank is, oh, you can have this. Hey, you have this credit card. You want a loan here. One phone call, they give you like 10,000, 20,000 because you have a good studio job. And then I was too young, too stupid. Those loans. Once you don't have that job, all loan becoming debt. Because my job and my position lasted 5 years. So all 5 years, like the bank like give you, hey, we give you not even couple thousand credit card. They give you like a silver card, like American Express. I have this gold silver American Express, then you could buy house with that card. You could walk in the car dealer, then you walk out with a new brand car. So I didn't know that, so I was doing that stupid thing, and then you finish the project today, and then today is my last day of this job. So everything loan up to today, and then tomorrow, all went to the debt. It's all. So I didn't know that when you have a good job, they give you the loan. The moment you don't have a job, that loan becoming debt. So that's I was in trap. So when I finished the project at the Universal, I have a huge debt. So that was the stupid things to do. So I said, if you don't buy, if you don't have cash, don't buy it. That's my lesson. Even though you can buy with the card, because card is a trap, especially when you have a good job. Because you think, It's a, hey, I can buy everything without the money, but you don't think about how you're paying it.
Yeah, that sounds like shit, man. Because now you're making me scared. Because that's me and Liz's main goal is to buy our own house, and maybe, but I don't know. I kind of want to go on that adventure because I just don't want to be beholden to piece of shit landlords who, yeah, okay, they have to come and fix it, but then they don't do a good job and then they blame you. Trust me, I've gone through this shit. It's like their wiring in the house of the apartment that I was in was from like 1967 that they hadn't updated since then. And it's the fucking modern times. And I kept saying, like, this isn't working. That's not working. Oh, that's city living. No, it's not city living. You're a cheap motherfucker. So I would rather be responsible for fixing my house than worrying about some villain, slumlord, landlord, scum fuck. You know?
But I mean, of course, if you're handy, you don't mind fixing things, and then you have enough down payment, then you should buy a house instead of paying, rent every month. You can pay, the mortgage every month, and instead of renting, you own it. So that's better. But the tricky part is to maintain the house or taking care of the house. You have to always think about it. It takes time. It costs you. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like I would be more into fixing things for my own personal house than some scum fucking piece of shit who doesn't give a fuck if I live or die, that kind of thing. I'm fixing their apartment and I was fixing all kinds of shit in that place, putting up new fixtures for the fucking lamps, putting in new things that I mean I actually, the reason I sort of became semi-handy, I won't say that I'm perfect because I don't know how to do like plumbing or stuff. I know a little bit about plumbing, but I started to get good around the house because it was out of necessity because I had such shitty fucking landlords that I was like, instead of calling them and arguing about getting this done, I'm going to try and do it myself. Like, I don't know if you remember in my bathroom in the Astoria apartment, there above the sink in the bathroom, there was a brown hole that was made because the roof was leaking. Do you remember that?
See, I never knew that.
Well, okay, so I might have fixed it between when you came. So what they did was they were like, okay, finally, because the roof is leaking in 4 different areas, we're gonna fix the roof, the roof. And then I was like, well, what about the insides? And they're like, oh, you can live with the brown ceilings. And I'm like, brown, what the fuck? So finally I said, all right, fuck this. I'm going to do this on my own. So I went and I fucking repatched I like knocked down the wet ceiling and shit. I repatched it. I did all this thing. And you couldn't even tell the difference because I did a pretty good job. But that was something that I shouldn't have to be doing.
You don't have to do that. The management should do it.
I know, and it was dirtbag motherfuckers, and like there was one time where we saw 3 mice in one day we were on the 3rd floor. So I'm going, if we're on the 3rd floor and we're seeing 3 mice, multiply that probably by 10 on the 2nd floor, and then infinity in the basement. We're living in a rat's nest. So I had a big argument with my landlord. She literally said, that's city living. And I said, that's not city living. That's country living. You're confusing the two. In the city, you shouldn't be fucking living with vermin. I was living amongst vermin. It was horrible. Oh, it was horrible. So that's why I'm convinced not to get too far off the money topic, but that's why my own house is the goal, and I would rather fight mice for myself than some other ungrateful piece of shit.
No, I mean, if you have a down payment, and then if you don't mind fixing the house, then you should buy a house instead of paying the rent. Because, paying something, it's the same thing. But instead of rent, if you buy a house, you own it. So
yeah, and I feel like nowadays, like I definitely have benefited from, say, YouTube, right, where you could find a tutorial on how to fix something, and even if it's not exactly perfect, at least it's fixable or doable by learning it on a how-to basis. So say that there's a little clog in my sink and I can't fit. I can open up the pipe if I watch a video and it might explode in my face. But I'm confident enough that I would like to try based on like a how-to video or something. So I think in this era, you don't always have to, the first thing is call somebody and spend a shitload of money. You might be able to do it yourself if you take a little bit of time. You know, so with money, Yuki. So what about like investments and stuff? Because I just recently started to, I had investments that I did when I was very young in college because I had a full-time job during college. So that money that I was saving, because I was living at my parents at the time, I saved a shitload of money during college while I had a full-time job, and I did invest some of that, and that was very good. But then in the middle, when I was working and scraping by with like shitty jobs or whatever, I didn't have any money for investments. I couldn't afford even barely rent, you know? And then forget about it. When you're on the Truman, the last drive-in salary, you're fucking destitute. So, but then recently I was able to like invest again because I saved some money. So I got into a little bit of crypto. I got into a little bit of the stocks. So what about you? Do you invest, or do you just say, I'm going to take?
No, I'm not good at it. So now, do you still have the saving from that time?
Yeah, I still have a little. I still have like a baseline savings that I never touched. Then I have, you know, I did manage to save money for one single year when I got paid like a human being. So I saved some money from then. And then since then, I've been doing other things that I don't talk about in public because why talk about things that are fucking innocuous? And I've saved some money, and now I'm trying to get a little bit of diverse investments because like crypto, I never really knew much about it. And then a friend of mine made a lot of money in crypto and was like, here's exactly how you do it. You do this, 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 and this. And for me, crypto is interesting because instead of viewing it as like a get rich quick scheme, I'm viewing it as a savings account where you might be able to make 30% over the course of time instead of 5% over the course of time. So I basically bought crypto that I'm not going to touch for 10 years and see where I'm at. I mean, if the whole thing fucking fails, I didn't put that much into it. But if it succeeds and I've gained 30% of my money, I would never have gotten that with a traditional bank. You know, and then like stocks here and there, I'll do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just a little bit, just to see and test the waters to learn it. But I'm not, by no means do I know what the fuck I'm doing in the stock market yet. I'm just like slowly testing. But again, this is all money. Like I'm not even playing with 5% of my money. I'm just using money that I know that I could use. Like say I would go and buy a bunch of DVDs this year. I stopped that and I invested that into just to see how it works. So we'll see. And maybe in a couple of years, I'll have some moolah.
Never good at it. No stock, no. So I have some saving when I was with Universal, but then when I finished it around the same time, September 11th, so that I wasn't working long enough. So I used all the money from 401k and then all the saving, everything. So I was totally broke. So that time I was living in Palm Springs, and then I bought it, you know, the condo. Then my mortgage was 600, only 600, but I couldn't pay $600 a month, so I was forced to sell it.
Because you couldn't afford the 600?
No, because I wasn't working after September 11th. There was no job. I was kind of stuck in Palm Springs.
Oh man, shit, Yuki.
And then I came and staying with my friends. I had only $5, so I was totally broke. Then luckily I started working in the Hallmark movie, so I kind of survived. Then all over again. So I start from the zero. And then the second part is when I came to New York, I remember there was a time there was no job in California. Every production job went to Atlanta or New Mexico. So instead of a couple hundred production job every year in Los Angeles, that year, I think we had 2 or 3. So I was forced, I said, fuck this, I'm going to New York. That time I came here to New York, and then I was so broke, I was staying like a weekly apartment. But sometimes I really didn't have money, so I slept in the subway a couple of nights. But I survived, and luckily I got the Dr. O's show. So that was a union show. So I did the one season. So I kind of regrouped myself, and then the second time start from all over again. Then I was kind of reorganized my life, and then I was looking for the job. Then I met you.
Yeah, that's Yuki. I remember you told me that story once, and I was like so blown away that you went through all that adversity, but then just like getting a job on Dr. Oz saved you and brought you back from the brink. It's amazing. Well, I'm glad that you landed back on your feet, because that's a rough ride, man. I never lost every single thing. Luckily, I always was like, there were times where I was like, let's go to the brink, and then I would reconfigure my brain and say, you're not going to be very happy if you go to that realm in 2 years. So let's fucking figure this out now, get another job, figure out a supplemental income.
Lost everything last year with the fire.
Well, the fire was different. That was an act of God. That wasn't like I gambled. You know what I mean? It was like, that was just something. But luckily, in that regard, I lost material possessions, but my bank account was still fine. My clothes were saved. My archival things were saved. So all the things that were valuable to me that were in that one armoire were saved. And then luckily Liz Shack stuff was in 2 rooms that weren't really touched by the fire. So we both worked out a little bit. We did lose like 90% of everything that we held dear, but the 10% that we saved were like seriously some of the most fucking meaningful things to us. So we didn't really need to rebuild, so to speak, other than material things like a DVD collection, TVs, the material stuff, furniture. Although some of the furniture Liz lost was actual antique, like beautiful stuff that was handed down from her family. And I really felt bad about that, because it was like stuff that her grandmother, great grandmother, all that sort of stuff. And that was a huge loss, honestly, because not only was it worth a lot of money, it had a lot of sentimental value. So that was harder to go. Actually, that was probably harder to go through than, say, if we lost every single thing. The things that I would be thinking about were my archival material, like, my old journals, this and that. And luckily Liz's stuff like that was all saved. So that was a godsend, because that would have been the darkest stuff, not fucking, Criterion Collection Blu-rays and stuff. All that could be regotten. The things that we would have missed the most were personal.
You can't, replace some things, those, the more important thing is, nobody get hurt. I mean, you survived. I mean, nobody got injured. And
yeah, that was the most important. And then the things like Liz's grandmother, before she passed, put together like a thing for all of the Shack girls in the family of all the recipes she gathered over the years, and it was like a personal binder for each person, and that was safe. Stuff like that was safe. So that would have been a huge loss, because it's like, god damn, like even the things that mean something to us are gone, but then again, I could always get another Nintendo Switch if I want. That doesn't mean anything, but even though it costs money, it wasn't meaningful. Whereas like I could lose those things in exchange for the personal things. Yeah, Yuki. So maybe money isn't the root of all evil, and maybe it doesn't buy you happiness. But, it's a necessity, unfortunately, in this day and age. So we do have to think about it.
Money, I mean, you need the money, but there's always, you can get, but you don't have to have more than enough, if you can go everyday life with the amount, then you should be happy about it. As long as you don't sleep in the street, you have a place to live, you have a food every day. If you have those minimum thing, then I think 1 million or 10 million or 100 million, 1 billion doesn't matter that much. Maybe you can do things with money, but it's not must.
Yeah. The only thing that I would like to exchange, like the main thing in my life right now that I would absolutely spend the extra money on, first class tickets. I can't stand flying coach anymore. I see those every time I pass the people in first class. I look at them, I'm like, you lucky pieces of fucking shit. You got the extra leg room, you got you get the extra drinks and the food, and I hate you. And then I get in my coach seat, and I'm so big I can't even fit. And then the person in front of me reclines, and the person behind me won't stop talking. And it's fucking. I feel like first class. I would pay for that. I want to. You know what my goal is, Yuki? A first class ticket to Japan for me and Liz Shack.
Okay, that's good. All right, that would be comfortable.
How much is that shit? Like $13,000?
Yeah, maybe business class.
Maybe business, just something where I have a little extra room, because I mean, airlines don't care about large people.
Well enough. Yeah, doesn't have to be first class.
Just enough room. So because it's how long is the trip to Japan?
12 hours, 13 hours?
No, I can't even do 5 hours on a plane, and then I'm going to be sitting there and coach for 13 hours. No.
Next month, your flight is what? First class?
No, next month my flight is regular old coach. I mean, 2 hours. Okay, let's put it this way: I can do up to 5 hours or 6 hours, whatever it is, to get like from New York to LA. In coach, fine. I've done it before. I could do it again. It's not that big of a deal. When you start getting into like the 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 hour realm, I can't. I don't want to. I'm going to spend the money and I'm going to do it. And if I make money, I'm going first class.
Okay, well, then at least business or first class, if you go to Japan, then.
All right, Yuki, that was money. What any final thoughts on money before we wrap everything up for the day?
Well, money is not important, but money isn't everything. As long as you have a place to sleep, food to eat, then go from there. So, yeah.
Yeah, use the present moment to gather yourself, look around you, and instead of thinking about the things that you don't have, think about the things that you do have and how you could build upon that foundation to grow.
And then, I forgot one thing. I'm gonna research my GI Joe. I'm gonna sell it.
Yuki, if you have that original GI Joe and it's real, I bet you could get thousands upon thousands of dollars for it.
Yeah, I'm hoping 100,000. Too greedy.
Then you make the short film noir with that 100,000.
Yeah, because I checked and I don't know which year or what condition. I thought the 260,000 GI Joe. I don't know what kind of condition or what year. But once I saw GI Joe, this item was 260,000.
Holy shit! So you might have a over $100,000 GI Joe.
If mine is the collector GI Joe, yeah. So I have to do some research.
Don't give out your address, Yuki. People are going to come robbing you. All right, well, that was money, and we love all you out there who continue to support us and to listen. Please send any topics that you might have. These topics were just off of the top of our head when Yuki and I were talking off mic. But if you have any ideas for topics we should do, please send them our way. Don't forget to look at Yuki Scary Questionnairey down below. All the questions are there, and send in your answers to us. What were you saying?
It's been 6 months. The one guy is talking about he want us to talk about.
Oh no, dude! Blood Diner is going to be done when we're in person, so we can watch it together, and we're gonna do a commentary on Blood Diner, me and you.
You have a copy already?
Yeah, I got it all taken care of, Yuki. We're gonna watch that. We're gonna do, like I said, when we're together in person, we'll do the Bible, we'll do Blood Diner, maybe the Miracle of Life, things that we could do in person that would be better in person. But before then, we just got to keep meeting on Zoom, unfortunately, because, it's hard to get together every fucking time.
Okay, well, before it's too late, you have to get together because I have all the goodies for you.
Oh, I appreciate that, Yuki. And as always, you're a pleasure to talk to. And we'll see you next time at the
Money Buffy.
Money, 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 money. There's so many good money songs. Everybody look up the money playlist on Spotify. I'm sure there's a bunch.
Yuki and John, Patreon of a bird.